Time to read Kingdom again. This time it's chapter 455. Let's see if the Hi Shin unit makes any progress. As we remember, they struggled crossing the river, and Ten came up with a plan to build a bridge. Let's see if it works. General, yeah, I see. Looks like they're going to have a go. Bunch of morons. The Zhao commander says. We'll sink every last one of them into the water. Okay, they're ready to go. The hint that led today's strategy came from Kyokai, who had gone scouting the day before. The fact that Kyokai crossed this river yesterday on horseback meant that somewhere along this river there was a point where the water was shallow enough to cross. And sure enough, infantryman Kiho discovered two such locations along the river. Kiho was the expert of rivers. Thus, it goes to reason that the plan would be to launch an attack on the river at these 2 points. Makes sense. So now Shin is crossing the river with his men, and the Zhao commander says, so they noticed that path, did they? Unfortunately for them, a small basin awaits them on the other side. Okay, flashback now. A basin, Shin says. It looks like they discovered it beforehand. Okay, a basin is an area where the land is depressed and filled with water. Attacking an area like this will lead to being showered with arrows from the enemies on the banks. And that is exactly what awaits you at the end of the path, Shin. Alright, so they already knew that. Because Shin screams, here it comes, and arrows fly over them. So attack an area like this is one of the least strategic. Obviously, the enemy would react by strengthening their defenses at a single point. While the enemy's attention is focused on Shin, Sosui and I is 10, will lead another attack force across the other shallow. Okay, now 10 is crossing the river. But what the fuck happened with that bridge? Unlike Shin's basin, we will be facing a point which sticks out from the bank. It's the best possible terrain to attack due to the small amount of missiles. The downside is that the small area does not allow us to send a large force, meaning that we might have difficulty fighting them on land, which is why our group will be made up of a small number of seasoned elites that have stuck with the Hi Shin unit since the beginning and demonstrate the best synergy with each other. Okay, so the strongest guys are with 10. Oh, the guy Kyokai fought before says, if the kin notice the existence of both paths in the river, they will use the one in the center as a feint. Can be sure that the real sights will be set on the path to the right. Danny, Ryuto, the commander of the Zhao army, says, it's all happening just as you predicted. So that guy is a pretty good strategist. And the commander moves towards 10 and the guys, this is bad, let's move. We'll crush the enemy's rear strike force before they can even make it up the banks. I suspect 10 has something else in mind. And as I say that, we go into another flashback. Now we come to the crux of the matter. 10 says, I'm sure that these 2 steps alone will not be enough to take the river. Well, as I predicted, third step, along with the earlier 2 paths, there is a third location that holds the key to this path. She predicted what the Zhao commander would do. Impressive. There's one more place that's shallow enough to cross, Shin screams. But didn't you say that you only found 2? That's because it is not a shallow crossing. If anything, it's the exact opposite. So this time, they will need some guys who can swim. Or they will be boats. And that's why Ensan was needed. A crossing with water so deep that you can't even see the bottom, and current so strong that it can easily sweep a man away. Add on to that, the fact that the opposite bank has a slope so steep it's practically a cliff, and you have an idea of what we're dealing with. How the hell are they going to climb up that fucking rock? But that same danger also means that the Zhao general won't bother to station any soldiers there. And Ensan looks terrified. So the river expert crossed the river. Successful. 1 after 1 they try to cross the river. Let's see if they succeed. The current is fucking strong. Come back, Donan, Ensan screams. And Donan lets go of the rope and the stream takes him. He didn't even make 10 steps. Shit. And the river is turning red because of all the blood from the fighting. And that is enough to motivate them. How could we be scared of a mere river? Our friends are shedding their blood to give us an opportunity here. Follow me. And Ensan is determined. He takes the rope and starts to go. Here we shall lay down the Hi Shin unit's bridge. So this is the bridge they were talking about. Alright, now I understand. And that was chapter 455 of Kingdom. Pretty nice chapter. We got to know what the plan was and they have started to execute it. If no one has predicted their move, or if no one sees them, they will be successful. But we'll have to see about that, because Zhao have some pretty interesting characters themselves. So I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Almost an 8. The only downside to it is that it was pretty short. But anyway, that's everything for this time. And I hope I see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.